Is Tim Davie worth £525,000 a year, considering the job he's been doing for the past year, just been given a 75 grand a year pay rise? I mean, what's he done in the last year to warrant that?
Well, he did axe the MASH report, in fairness.
Okay, make it 100,000.
Yeah. It's got to be worth 100 grand of anyone's money,
Yeah. Take it all back. Right, thanks, Ali. Bye.
Happy to help.
No, I mean, it's obscene, isn't it?
It's a really bad move, isn't it? To put that in context, that's 477 free licenses for the over 75s, which have just been scrapped. And it's a 16% rise for... He's done all right. He's not put a foot wrong, really, but it just looks so bad. And it reminds you that the BBC have no idea how the market works. To put it in its biggest background, this is an organisation that moved to Manchester the year of the London Olympics at a cost of £224 million. That is catastrophically bad timing.
And let's not forget, Ali, that they were in a white city just to the west of London, near, about 3 miles to the west of London, and they spent £1 billion building a studio 3 miles to the west, Broadcasting House. £1 billion. So money isn't their strong suit.
But they just don't get it, do they?
I know.
I've had it out with someone from the BBC, and I said, "Why are you paying Zoe Ball over £1 million?"
Yes.
What possible?
It's a good question.
And he said, "Well, she'd leave if we didn't." Leave?
Lucky
where?
you.
Well, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
But who on earth do you think is going to pay Zoe Ball that sort of money? Yeah. It's certainly, as you will confirm, Kevin, it's certainly not a radio station, is it?
Yeah, I think most of us at Talk Radio, we get a little less than that. I'll own up. I don't like discussing my salary, but it's not quite on Zoe Ball's level.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but it's just ridiculous. And you go through the leading lights of the BBC, and Steve Wright, 475 grand.
Yeah.
Hugh Edwards, 375, I think he's on for reading out loud.
For reading words.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And it just does prove. I mean, also as a PR move, I can't work out for the life of me why someone in the BBC didn't say to Tim Davie, or Tim Davie didn't realise it. If this gets out, if this is announced, we are going to look terrible, particularly now that we're axing free TV licenses for the over 75. In PR terms, this is an utter catastrophe.
Well, you know how the BBC have come back on this one. They've pointed out that Carolyn McCall, who's doing such a bang-up job of ruining ITV, is on 833 grand. And Alex Mahon at Channel 4 is on 991 grand.
So hang on, let's get this right, Ali. So the worse you do running a TV channel, the more money you get. The thing is though, Channel 4, I mean, that's not really any of our... ITV is a private company, and, if they want to pay their underperforming chief executive...
We pay for this guy.
Yeah, we pay for Tim Davie. That's our money. And it feeds into what I'm always saying is those people who work at the BBC, they take our money and they divide it amongst themselves, don't they?
Oh yeah, completely. And they fail upwards as well.
They certainly do.
No one ever gets the bullet. You never read the headline, BBC fired 10 incompetent executives and middle managers yesterday.
Promoted.
A BBC spokesman said they were useless. Yeah. But it just never happens.
They were useless, that's why we promoted them, yeah.
It's a job for life for everyone. What a racket.
I know. So
we're the mugs that pay for it.
I know. It really is a racket. And they have made one hell of a mess here. They should not have done this because I know for a fact people are furious about it. 75 grand. I mean, the only thing he's really done in his first year is spent 100 million on diversity and given June Sarpong £285,000 a year for a 3-day week doing God knows what about diversity. I mean, this guy...
he's on a 3-day week, by the way.
I know, a 3-day week. Unbelievable.
Incredible.
So he's done nothing. Here's another way the BBC spends our money. They've just proudly announced that they're going to make a drama about their biggest ever mistake the sordid, disastrous Jimmy Savile affair,
Oh God, yeah.
starring Steve Coogan as that DJ, as their very own in-house monster, who they actually tried to protect outrageously, trying to censor their own program, Newsnight, when they tried to expose what a terrible person, a sex predator, this Jimmy Savile was. So the BBC, I think they think this shows they're being all transparent and honest. But I think it's a terrible, terrible idea, don't you?
Oh, it's awful. You remember as well, when they finally did expose Savile, they sidelined and got rid of everyone that did the job of exposing
Yes!
him. Incredible.
The Newsnight stuff, the decent the very good Newsnight journalists
Yeah.
who investigated and successfully found out the awful things that this dreadful man was getting up to. The BBC didn't put that programme out and sacked all the journalists that proved that he was a sex monster, a paedophile predator. The BBC should hang their heads in shame about this sordid episode in their history. Instead, we're going to make a drama about it. Won't that be fun? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's kind of Lovey's reaction to we'll heal the world through the medium of drama. And it's just such a bad... They need to shelve this. It's going to backfire spectacularly. It's
going to be very, very bad for them because
I'm sure it will get a great review in the Guardian.
Again, why didn't they? Because it's got Steve Coogan in it. He's left wing, isn't he? Who should we make? Who should we cast as Jimmy Savile? Do you know any left wing actors? Steve Coogan, brilliant. Again, why didn't they think this through? They don't think through giving Tim Davie an obscene £75,000 a year pay rise when people are struggling to get by. And they don't think through that all this Jimmy Savile drama will be to refocus everybody's revulsion of the BBC at the way they handled this BBC this catastrophe concerning Jimmy Savile. Everybody will be revolted by the BBC all over again. Why are they doing it?
No one's going to watch that for a good reason either. It will just be morbid curiosity.
Yeah. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
No.
The nasty story of a vile man and an organisation, and a shameless organisation that tried to protect a serial paedophile predator. Thanks very much, state broadcaster. Good one. But Ali, the picture of television is changing. You and I both work for News UK. News UK, Mr. Rupert Murdoch has announced the new channel. It's going to be called TalkTV, which sounds a bit like Talk Radio, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And we've hired Piers Morgan as a focus. It's going to go around the world. Your thoughts on? I mean, it's a bold and interesting plan for world TV. What do you reckon?
Well, Pork TV was my immediate thought. Beyond that, I thought
you're fired.
There goes 2/3 of my column every week.
You can't criticise him anymore.
Kevin, where am I meant to get my jokes and material from?
Oh dear, I don't know.
But on a realistic, I think it's an amazing signing for the paper. I think he'll be a spectacularly good columnist for The Sun.
And of course, the New York Post. He knows America well. He's also is going to be. I mean, he does have this unique quality, and that is that he is actually famous on 3 continents: Europe, America, and Australia. And that's why I think he was such a valuable...
Don't encourage him, Kevin, please.
Well, that's why he was a valuable asset, because he can sell...
Famous Australia. Is he famous in Australia?
He is famous in Australia.
Oh man, I thought better of him, but there you go. No, it's a great signing for the news. I will be watching, because I watched GMB this morning.
Oh yeah, how was it?
Alistair Campbell was at the helm, referring to the Labour Party as we. You just think, we? No ITV presenter should be referring to any political party as we.
And by the way, can I just point out that it's not we, Alistair. You've been kicked out. He's not in the Labour Party. They kicked him out. Or have they might have let him back in now or something.
The dog returns to its vomit, doesn't it?
That's a good TV show, by the way. That I hope you're reviewing it. The Labour conference. You should get a few lines in about that.
Oh, jeez, do I have to? I mean,
No.
married at first sight is enough, Kevin,
Yeah.
please.
What are you leading on this week, on Friday?
I think I'm going to have to go for Vigil because it's got the most astonishing viewing figures that I don't know where they've come from because I haven't met anyone yet who likes it, but everyone seems to be watching the damn thing. So,
How many people are watching it, Ali?
7.2 million watched that
So
on
it went
Sunday.
up and up and up because it didn't start that well, did it?
Well, over the piece, the first episode, and BBC always massage the figures, so it's everyone that's clicked on it on the iPlayer was 10 million. What its real figures were, I don't know, but I've been kind of fascinated by the thing.
It's a shame, really, because I just always wanted to say it was the submarine show that sank without trace, but it wasn't to be, was it?
I'd love to have done, Kevin, but I've got to go back to it. I've got to follow the figures. You know that.
It was the submarine show that rose to the surface spectacularly. Ali, I look forward to your column. Thanks so much for your time.
Kevin.
Always a pleasure to
God
talk.
bless.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Ali Ross there, the brilliant TV critic of The Sun.